This is Chalk Talk. We're here at the lab, Dr. Byers and Luke Lollis. We're discussing the bench press today. The bench press is a great way to build upper body strength. It's representative of, we can use it as a test to see how strong you are. There's a couple of important things to understand before you bench press. The first of which is if you can't move your shoulders, you're going to have a hard time bench pressing. So we always start with just a simple mobility test, Luke, just to make sure that you have adequate mobility to handle something like a press. It can be something as simple as being able to reach behind your back. So this is a test I like to do. Just make a fist and reach behind your back, like so. And your fist should arrive within the distance of one of your hands and a half of each other. And it should be symmetrical, meaning whether your right arm or your left arm is over top, it should look about to be the same distance. Once you have good mobility, Luke, then it's a good idea to just understand some good form so you don't get hurt while you're bench pressing.
Exactly. And you know, since you started talking about shoulder mobility, let's kind of start with how to keep the shoulders in the best position during the bench press. And we'll do this a little bit outside of the movement. So the first thing you want to think of, and I'm going to have you turn sideways, is we're going to have you think of pulling your shoulder blades down and kind of trying to collapse them over my hand a little bit. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep the shoulder kind of what we call packed. It's also going to pre-stretch the pectoral muscles, which is going to help with kind of getting the most out of the movement. So you're going to be here, down, and back. So almost like you're trying to tuck this shoulder blade into this pocket and this shoulder blade into that pocket. From there, we can come over to the bench press. Okay. Where you're going to want to grab a stance slightly wider than shoulder width. Let's pull the toes back a little bit behind the knees, and you're going to, from there, as you grab the bar, you're going to slide back to your heels to create a little bit of an exaggerated lordotic curve here while still having your glutes in contact with the bench. Okay? At that point, you're going to establish your grip. As you lift it off, you're going to keep those shoulders pinned. You're going to bring it up, and you're going to break that bar in half. And I don't want you to lower it to your chest. I want you to think of rowing it to your sternum.
So kind of pulling it down?
Yeah, pulling it down actively as opposed to yielding to it. From there, you're going to pause for a second. You're going to drive up and spread the bar, and then at the top, bring the thumbs together. Good. And let's do one more rep of that. So down, extend with the triceps, and bring the thumbs together at the top. Great.
Yeah, I found some of those cues helpful too when you're learning how to press. It's important to keep that shoulder packed because it helps avoid what's called weightlifter shoulder or shoulder impingement. You'll get biting pain in the front of the shoulder. Getting that shoulder blade out of the way allows that arm bone or your humerus to work properly. Breaking the bar keeps it in good position. As you spread it, you're almost trying to kick in your triceps. So sometimes people, when we say spread the bar, they don't really understand what that means.
Right.
But I think that's kind of what we're talking about. At the very top, you want to kind of bring the thumbs together. So you're almost reversing the move at the very top to kind of engage the pecs. If you do it that way, the bench press can be really safe. It can be a great way to develop strength. If you have any questions, you're welcome. You can always check out Luke Lollis here at the lab or Dr. Byers at Spine Team Spokane.